Anthony Quinn was born Manuel Antonio Rodolfo Quinn Ojeda on April 21, 1915, in Chihuahua, Mexico, and his life unfolded as a relentless act of reinvention shaped by poverty, grit, and an unyielding hunger to become more than the limits placed upon him. The son of a Mexican father of Irish descent and a Mexican mother, Quinn crossed into Los Angeles as a child, where hardship defined his earliest years and survival came before dreams, forcing him into boxing rings, construction sites, and manual labor long before he ever stood on a soundstage, experiences that later etched an unmistakable authenticity into every role he played. His turning point arrived not through acting, but through art and architecture, studying under Frank Lloyd Wright, who recognized Quinn's raw expressive power and urged him toward performance, setting him on a path through 1930s Hollywood where he endured years of typecasting and marginal roles, quietly sharpening his craft until the industry could no longer ignore him. His breakthrough came with Viva Zapata in 1952, earning him an Academy Award and making him the first Mexican-born actor to win an Oscar, followed by a second for Lust for Life in 1956, cementing his reputation as an actor of immense emotional force, before reaching iconic immortality as Alexis Zorba in Zorba the Greek, a role that mirrored Quinn himself, exuberant, philosophical, untamed, and fiercely alive. Across more than 150 films, from Lawrence of Arabia to Barabbas, Quinn brought dignity and complexity to figures often reduced to symbols, while simultaneously living a personal life as expansive and turbulent as his screen presence, marked by marriages, infidelities, devotion to family, and a restless appetite for experience that repeatedly fractured the stability he sought. Yet for all his openness, Quinn remained notably silent for decades when asked about Charles Bronson, until late in life when he finally spoke, not with gossip, but with recognition, describing Bronson not as a wall of stone, but as a man armored by hardship, forged by hunger and survival, whose silence carried intention and intelligence rather than limitation. Quinn saw in Bronson a fellow survivor, someone who commanded attention without spectacle, whose toughness was not ego but self-preservation, and whose solitude was a refusal to be reshaped by an industry eager to soften what was real. In honoring Bronson, Quinn ultimately revealed something of himself, acknowledging that strength, when honest, carries its own quiet truth. In his final years, Quinn withdrew from Hollywood's glare to the calm of Bristol, Rhode Island, finding peace in privacy, art, and the endless horizon of Narragansett Bay, until his death on June 3, 2001, at the age of 86, closing a life that spanned continents, cultures, and generations of cinema. Buried not in a cemetery but in his own backyard beneath a maple tree overlooking the water he loved, Anthony Quinn left behind not just legendary performances, but the enduring image of a man who lived loudly, imperfectly, and without apology. An artist shaped by struggle, sustained by passion, and remembered for the rare humanity he carried both on screen and off.